What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. How is everyone doing? We have a few news stories and some questions. So with that said, let's dive into the tech news. First, our first story of the day is about a new phone with a new patent, and we've been talking about these sliding, rolling phones, and this is another iteration of that, and this is from Samsung as well. And when we take a look at this one, this you can see is saying, and it's from Let's Go Digital, saying that the Galaxy Z folding and sliding smartphone with Samsung S Pen support patents, a retractable smartphone. The screen can be folded to change its position with virtual keyboard and S Pen compatibility. And it goes in a lot of different orientations. You can slide it around, you can slide it up, you can slide it halfway, you can just hold it almost like a normal phone. You can angle it, you can write on it with an S Pen, you can type on it, you can just use it like you would any other phone. There's a lot of use cases for this, but I think, when you add a sliding, rollable, folding phone and you add an S Pen to it, it potentially adds another dimension of life to these devices for productivity, such as signing contracts, maybe a little bit easier because we can multitask a little bit easier because they have all these different orientations that you can set the phone into. What do you guys think? You think this is more of a selling point for yourself with these sliding and rollable displays to add the S Pen compatibility? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, Galaxy S22 Ultra. A lot of the accessories, official ones, have been leaked out from cases, and so if you're interested in some of the cases, those have been leaked out. But I think the most interesting thing that's been leaked out in terms of accessories is this right here, the S Pen. This is the S Pen that goes along with the S22 Ultra phone, which you can see right here, fits in there, you can use it. And it looks eerily similar, and it looks like it's probably gonna be, at least from initial looks at this, very, very similar in stature and size and look and everything for the new phone. This is coming from Roland Quan. It says likely the new old S Pen for the S22 Ultra / Note. And what about you guys? You excited about that Note being the pen being inside of this phone? Is it a reason to buy it for you guys? Is it like, okay, it's in there, I'm definitely buying it now because it's going to be my Note replacement. Next story is also about the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it's an opinion from Ice Universe, and everybody has an opinion. Some matter, some don't, but everybody has an opinion. They're not always the same, but this shows a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the camera for the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I think it's gonna make you very, very excited. And again, let's check this out. It's a tweet from Ice Universe saying, seeing the photo sample of the S22 Ultra camera, I was so excited that I couldn't sleep. He also goes on to say that although the hardware specifications look little different from the S21 Ultra, Samsung's optimization ability is very strong, and the sample S22 Ultra looks much stronger. And he continues on saying, I only have one suggestion for the S22 Ultra. Buy. I used to worry about the camera a little bit, but now I don't have to worry about the camera a little bit. The camera is very strong. So this is fantastic news. And again, it's only one opinion. His opinion's not the be all end all. We all might have a different opinion. I'll be curious to see, but just having at least somebody's opinion that's actually seen a camera sample and is able to compare it again against an S21 Ultra, I think is pretty important and pretty interesting at the very least. And that remains to be the question. Do you think the S22 Ultra camera is going to be that much better than the S21 Ultra? Let me know in the comments down below. With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question of the day comes from Albert Vidal. I have the Z Fold 3, and Samsung members said I would be getting the new update in December. It's now December 17th. I still haven't gotten any update of any kind. What should I do? Well, if you're in America, I don't even think it's out in America yet. I think the real full update is only out in South Korea last time I heard. Otherwise, you'd be on beta like I am. Let me just double check if I got it, because they pulled the update out for the Z Fold 3 because they were having some issues with reliability, and they just pushed it out again. But again, it's not out everywhere, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's dependent upon where you live. New York's finest, should I get the Google Pixel Pro or wait for the S22 Ultra? I use my S Pen to take photos edit photos and to take notes with the screen off memo. I've used the Note for years and I love it. I just wish the new Note AK Ultra will have a camera as good as the Pixel. Do you think the S22 Ultra will come close to the Pixel camera? It's really tough to say. It's not out yet, but like I spoke about earlier, Ice Universe was pretty excited about it. If I were you, I would wait. There's no problem with waiting, because actually you might even get a better deal by waiting, because by then the Pixel phone will be a little bit older and then that Galaxy phone will be coming out, so they might lower the price anyway. So I would tell you just to wait. Orlando Vintez, hey Greg, what kind of work did you do before you started doing your YouTube exclusively? Well, I worked at a brokerage, and I did tech support there. Then I went on to do, it was almost more like tech support, but it was showing them how to submit their work into this marketing system that we had on file. Again, it was kind of like tech support, but it was a little bit answering their marketing questions too, marketing regulatory stuff. So that's what I did. I've always had office jobs since I was 19. And that's all I did. Most of them were at brokerages or fund houses, like mutual fund houses. So I always had like kind of financial jobs, but again, in an office, in almost tech support, phone support, stuff like that. Cat Lover Player, do you think the S22 Ultra will ship with the 45-watt charger? No, I don't think it'll ship with any charger. I think it'll only ship with the cable. Andrew, first I want to thank you for what you do. I love your videos. Thank you so much, Andrew. Second, bro, I understand your pain with the Fold 3. I bought the Fold 3, but felt the need to return it due to battery life. Intended to use it as my main phone. I hope keeping Fold 2 as a secondary. With such minor differences in the two models, I found the Fold 2 having better battery life in comparison. With the Fold 3 Snapdragon 888, it was getting hot while idle, doing nothing. Finally, my question to you, given that your preference to mainly use the inner bigger display and that you aren't a big S Pen user as you stated, given your qualms with your Z Fold 3, could you recommend people getting the Z Fold 2 first-time foldable users, given how cheap prices are, then hold out for the Fold 4? Or would you still recommend the Fold 3 for the first-time users, all the qualms, given that you will pay a higher premium for it compared to the previous Z Fold 2 current pricing? My Z Fold 2 is getting great battery life after updating, and another YouTuber froze his Z Fold 2 and it survived. I'm trusting Samsung's build quality in the Fold 2, and my Fold 3 IP rating might not be as much of a worthwhile upgrade for the Fold 3. Sorry for the long post. Thank you, God bless, and may peace be with you. Thank you so much. That's a great question, because I keep telling people to upgrade to the Z Fold 3, but you're right. I mean, if they can get an amazing price on the Z Fold 2, especially if it's new, I probably wouldn't buy a used folding phone unless they got an amazing deal, like really cheap, just because of the reliability. They're still kind of new, and the reliability, I'd be a little bit worried about it. I have never had any overheating issues. I guess I would still tell people to get the Z Fold 3. But if they ended up getting the Z Fold 2 because they didn't need the S Pen or the water resistance, I don't know, I wouldn't be upset with them. I wouldn't be like, you made the wrong decision. It's not an awful decision, I'll say that much. Shajil Shazad, what are the chances the Note 20 series, Z Fold 2, Z Flip, and Tab 7 series will outlast the S20 series with regular Snapdragon 865 in terms of software support? They should all get the same amount of software support. I don't know what to add on to that. They should all get the 3 to 4 years of updates. And our last question comes from Mustafa Ahmed. Hey Greg, do you agree? One more issue with the Z Fold 3 is front screen is very tiny, narrow. I have to send too many text messages and email at my work to my staff, and it's so hard to type on that screen, and it's not always comfortable to keep open in big screen and typing SMS or email. Do you agree? Do you think the front screen should be at least 6.5 inches? Yes, Z Fold 3 front screen should be wider, without a doubt. Make it, I'd be fine with this if it was as wide as that. I mean, that's still a skinny display, I feel like, especially when you compare it to something like an iPhone where it's a little bit more square. So yes, make this thing fatter, please, on the Z Fold 4. I don't think they will, but I really hope they do. Thanks for your questions, guys. Sorry I didn't answer all of them. A lot of you left multiple questions. So I guess from here on out, if you could leave just one question, your best question for the day, and I'll get that answered. Because sometimes some of you are leaving like multiple, and I'd be answering questions for days. So thanks for your questions, though. Leave it down below with the word question as your first word in any of my videos, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.